So, welcome back everyone. Here we are with our other topic. So, today I'll be talking about proposal writing, all right? So, what is a proposal literally? A proposal is a form of a plan or a suggestion. It refers to a formal or written document put forward for consideration by others. Based on their content, proposals are of different types, all right? A proposal is a official letter which you write requesting the person to either understand your plan and allow you to work on that plan, or it can also be a suggestion, like supposing you are a college or a school or a student or a colleague in an office, so you don't like something or you think that something other than the situation right now can work better, so you can suggest it to the authorities or the official people who can actually take action. And yeah, that is a proposal. But here it also depends upon the person whom you are writing the proposal to will accept the proposal or reject it. That is not in your hands, that is completely upon the person who gets the proposal. Alright? So there's only one similarity between the norms of proposal in your real life, that you all go and propose people, that you never know that the front person will accept it or reject it, right? This is not that proposal that you go and propose your loved ones. This is an official proposal that you have to write to official people. There are several types of proposals which we'll be discussing in this topic. We'll also be talking about how we can write a proposal, and I'll also show you all a format of proposal and how you can be a pro in it. Alright, so yeah, let's start with the types of proposal. Alright, so these are the types of proposals. The research proposal is the first one on the list here. It is a proposal written by a research scholar giving details about the topic to be researched and the reasons for doing so. It is submitted to an organization, college, or university for seeking permissions to do the research work on a particular topic. So, this is literally a research proposal for which you can request the authority members or the headmasters, etc., to allow you or to grant you permission for you to be able to do research on a particular topic that you desire to. Alright, and it depends upon the authorities whether they'll accept or reject your proposal. Grants proposal is meant for requesting an organization for funds for accomplishing a particular project. So, suppose you are working on a project for an organization funded by an organization and you are running short of funds. So, you request or propose the organization for more funds, and then for that, you have to write a grants proposal. Alright. The third one being is business proposal. It is a written offer from a seller to a prospective buyer. So, suppose you are a prospective buyer, then the quotation that you will receive from the seller describing the entire product, of what material it is made, what type it is, and in how much price, how many pieces you will get, and what is its validity, like for how many years or for how many months will it last, etc. The entire description or the entire quotation is a business proposal sent from a seller to a buyer. All right, it's never from a buyer to a seller, it always has to be from a seller to a buyer. And the last but not the least one is a project based proposal. It is a proposal in which a project or an event is to be organized. All right, so in this type of a proposal you have to request, like suppose you are planning to organize an event or to make a project, then you have to write the request to the authorities, the headmaster, or anyone who will be able to help you with it, requesting that person to grant permission to you to continue with the project or to allow you to organize the event. All right, the project can be of any type, it can be a high level, low level, anything. But if you are doing it inside a premises that is not your personal space but someone else's space, supposing a school or an office or college, anything that is not your personal property, right? It is of an organization, a university. So you will have to write a proposal letter to the authorities to grant you the permission, the project based proposal. All right. So now let me tell you that there are three elements of such proposals. Let's see that now. All the three elements have to be in this according only. It cannot be up or down. Like suppose here I've written the heading first and then the statements of objective and then the list of measures. You cannot write the list of measures before statement of objectives. It has to be in this format only. First comes the heading, then comes the statement of objective, and then comes the list of measures. Anyhow, you have to maintain this format. All right. And one more thing, proposals are never in paragraphs. It has to be in points. It has to be brief and in points. All right. Now let's look at the heading part. A proposal should have a clear and concise heading comprising not more than 10 to 15 words illustrating the specific task that the project is supposed to achieve. All right. So that means that you have to be as specific as possible. Let the heading speak for your proposal, and also that it should not exceed from 10 to 15 words. It can be less than 10 words, but never more than 15 words, all right? And there's also one more catch here, that a heading should not have acronyms and technical jargons. Now, what is an acronym? Acronym is an abbreviation formed from the initial letters of other words and pronounced as a word, like ASCII, NASA, etc. But you cannot write NASA and all those stuffs in the heading. It is prohibited. It's not allowed in a proposal. You have to write in place of NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. All right, you have to write the entire words, all the five words in this instead of NASA. All right, it's not allowed. It's just not allowed. And then comes technical jargons are also prohibited. So what are technical jargons? Technical jargons are specific field related words that a specific field will only understand its meaning. Suppose let me give you an example of a medical jargon like acute. Its meaning is a condition that comes on suddenly. But if you use this word acute in front of a mathematical person or a mathematician, then obviously that person will understand an acute angle. Understood? So there are same words but with absolutely different meanings. That is why jargons are prohibited. Jargons are not used. Instead, you can write the meaning of the jargon. All right. And then comes statement of objective. It means to explain the goal and objectives of the proposed project and the resolution to be arrived at. This should be in your mind, that the statement of objectives have to explain the goals, the objectives, and this resolution to be arrived at of the proposed project. All right, these 3 points have to be there in the statement of objective. You can add more points, but these 3 points mandatorily have to be there. All right. And then last but not the least comes list of measures. The list of measures comprise the possible action plan to explain the specifics and methods of what is to be done. Meaning, the list of measures will literally explain you that what will be done in the event or the project that you are writing the proposal about. All right. It has to consist of the time that will be taken. Keep this in mind. It has to consist of number one, time that will be taken, and number two, budgetary and non-financial needs. That is the money that will be spent on the project, that is the budgetary, and the non-financial needs are the non-financial resources required, like human capital, infrastructure, and other stuffs. All right. So I hope proposal writing is clear to you all, like what is a proposal, what types of proposals are there, and what is the format, meaning literally the format of a proposal I'll be showing you all right now. But what are the things that have to be there in a proposal? I hope that is clear. Now let's look at the format of a proposal. All right. So what is the question? As a head girl or a head boy of your school, you have been assigned the task of organizing a science exhibition in your school. So write a proposal stating the steps you would take to make this exhibition a success. So we have to write a proposal regarding this. So please remember the proposal, the topic proposal have to be there. All right. After that comes the heading part. Alright, so the heading, you have to write the word heading also there. The word heading should not be invisible. It has to be there. And the heading is to organize a science exhibition in our school, alternative source of energy. So the topic kept as alternative source of energy here. Alright, that means they want to name it alternative source of energy. Okay, so the heading is clear. After heading, what did I tell you that will come? After that will come the statement of objectives. Alright, the word statement of objectives also has to be there. Now, these include the following. The first point is to explore and encourage scientific and technological talent and creative thinking among students and inculcate a sense of pride in their talent. All right, so as I told you all earlier that statement of objective has to have the objectives and the resolution. So this point covers the objective and the resolution. The next point that I'll be showing you will consist of the goal. To produce innovative, cost effective, eco friendly sources of energy to replace conventional sources of energy. So you can see this elaborates the goal of the proposal we are writing. Alright. So after this, what did I tell you? Which topic will come? After this will come the list of measures. So, a list of measures, these include the following. The first point being date and venue. To be held on November 10 and November 11, 2020 between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the hall number 2 of the school. So, this clearly elaborates the non financial needs and also the time that will be taken. Alright, so you see, 2 points have been covered here. Now let's look at the next point or the next non-financial requirement, that is the participants. All right, the participants, that is students of class 11 and 12. This is the human capital and a non financial resource. All right, I hope this concept is getting clear to you all. The next non financial requirement is the requirements working model of automobiles or machines using alternative sources of energy, tables to display the exhibits, charts, and banners. These are all non financial requirements. Now, the financial requirement is the budgetary needs. The cost of the project will be around 3 lakhs rupees, which will be partially collected from the students and partially sponsored by Saur Urza Power Corporation Limited. Permissions for sponsorship already taken, letter enclosed. So, in a proposal, if you are attaching a letter or any other document, you have to mention that in brackets as to letter enclosed or documents enclosed. Whatever you are attaching along with it, you have to write that thing enclosed. All right. And there's one more thing that you shouldn't forget while writing a proposal, that is uh, think. All right, that is your name and the position that you hold. All right, this too has to be there. Don't forget to write these. This thing is not like a letter, it's different from a letter. Now let's look at another format. And so, what's the question? As a head boy or the head girl of your school, you have been given the responsibility of setting up an eco club. All right. Write a proposal in not more than 150 words stating the steps you would take to successfully establish that particular club. So this also has to start with the word proposal. All right. After that comes the heading. So the heading has to be there. The word heading has to be there to set up an eco club to create environmental awareness amongst the students and others. After that comes the statement of objectives. These main objectives include the following, that is, to motivate the students to keep the surrounding clean and green by undertaking cleanliness drive and plantation of trees. To organize competitions like essay writing, quizzing, poster making, paintings on various environmental issues. To develop a compost plant and a rainwater harvesting system in the school. To create awareness among public by organizing rallies, plays, cleanliness drive in different colonies. Alright, so this subject statement of objective has covered all the requirements that I specified earlier. The objective, the goals, and the resolution. Alright, keep these in mind that these points have to be covered. Alright, after that comes list of measures. The following steps need to be taken to set up the Eco Club. What are the measures now? A room in the school from where this eco club and its various activities can be coordinated. This is a non financial requirement, all right, so non budgetary need. And the next one is setting up of the coordinating committee comprising teachers and students of its effective functioning. Now this is human capital. This is also a non budgetary need. All right, after that is putting up posters. This again is a non budgetary need. Now comes the budgetary needs or the financial requirement, that is fundraising through donations from students, staffs, and sponsorships. All right, and not to forget, you have to mention your name and the post that you hold. All right, so these were the things that you have to keep in mind. The name and the post that you hold is different from a letter, because in a letter also you write your name, uh, and then suppose you are writing to the principal, then you write from your um fellow student or anything like that, and then your name, right? But out here you don't write your class and all those stuffs. You directly write head girl or a head boy, or if you're writing from the mm, office colleague side, then you write your post as to in which post you are assigned, etc. All right, so this is totally different from a letter, essay, or a composition, because in letters, essay, and composition you have paragraphs, but in a proposal you don't have a paragraph. All you have is bullet points like ABC 1 2 3, or with dots, however you want to signify, you can signify, but there are points, there are no paragraphs, there are no elaborations. You have to be specific and to the point, and also that you have to stick to the word limit, like heading shouldn't be more than 10 to 15 words. It shouldn't have jargons and acronyms. All right, statement of objective have to have objectives, goals, and resolutions. And then list of measures have to have the um, time of how much time it will be taken, and what are the budgetary needs and what are the non-financial needs, etc. And you have to mention your name and the post you hold. So keep these in mind, keep studying, and if you all have any doubts, don't hesitate to contact me. Thank you.